The office was supposed to be empty. The hum of computers had faded, the fluorescent lights flickered above, and the Wi-Fi had just gone down again. Emily Santos, the company's junior IT analyst, knelt in the server room, sweat prickling her forehead as she tried to coax life back into the dead network. She had planned to leave hours ago, but if the Wi-Fi wasn't fixed by morning, the biggest investor presentation in the company's history would collapse, and she couldn't let that happen. Then she heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, in a building that should have been completely empty. And when the CEO himself appeared in the doorway, exhausted but strangely intense, Emily realized she wasn't just staying late to fix a network. She was about to uncover secrets that would change her life forever. By the time the Wi-Fi flickered back to life, nothing would ever be the same. Before we dive into the gripping details of this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories. The building had grown quiet in that eerie way it always did after 7 p.m. When the marketing team's laughter faded, the sales department's phone stopped ringing, and the hum of printers finally died. Only the soft buzzing of the fluorescent lights and the occasional creak of the old HVAC system kept Emily company. Emily Santos, junior IT analyst, rubbed her eyes and knelt beside the router cabinet for what felt like the 100th time. The Wi-Fi had crashed twice that week, and tomorrow the company was hosting its biggest investor showcase in 5 years. She didn't want anyone stressing about faulty connections, not on her watch. She pushed a loose strand of hair behind her ear, muttering, "Come on, don't give up on me now." A green light flickered, then went dark again. She sighed. Somewhere down the hallway, the elevator dinged. Her heart jumped. Everyone had gone home hours ago. Footsteps echoed, slow, steady, purposeful. She stood, wiping dust from her hands just as the tall figure entered the corridor. Her breath caught. It was Ethan Ward, the CEO himself. Handsome, yes, ridiculously so, but also known for being sharp, composed, and impossible to read. Tonight, though, he looked different. Exhausted, troubled, and surprised to see her. "Emily," he asked, eyebrows lifting. "What on earth are you still doing here?" She swallowed. "The Wi-Fi. I'm trying to get it stable for tomorrow." He walked closer, loosening his tie, letting it hang casually around his collar. The sight alone sent her stomach tumbling in ways she refused to acknowledge. "You didn't have to do that," he said gently. "You're not on call." "I know," she admitted, cheeks warming. "But I figured it'd be one less thing for everyone to worry about." He stared at her for a moment, something unreadable in his eyes. Something softer than she'd ever seen before. "Emily," he said quietly, "you always go above and beyond, and I..." The lights suddenly flickered. They both froze. Before she could respond, the hallway plunged into darkness. A loud bang echoed from somewhere in the building. Emily gasped. Ethan stepped in front of her instinctively, protective in a way that made her pulse race. "Stay close," he murmured, his voice low, steady. She could feel the warmth of him even in the pitch-black hallway. She wasn't sure if it was fear or something far more dangerous fluttering in her chest. Another sound, footsteps. Fast ones. Not theirs. Emily clutched Ethan's sleeve. "Is someone still here?" "I don't know," he whispered. "But we're not alone." The backup lights failed to turn on. The footsteps grew closer. And then, from the darkness, a voice she recognized, but never expected to hear at this hour, called out her name. "Emily?" Her blood ran cold. Ethan stiffened beside her. She tried to speak, but her words caught in her throat. Because the voice sounded frightened. And familiar. And completely out of place. "Why is he here?" Ethan murmured, barely audible. "And how does he know you?" Emily's heart pounded. There were only two possible answers. Both of them dangerous. And before she could explain, the figure stepped into the faint glow of the emergency sign. Emily's jaw dropped. Ethan's eyes narrowed. Everything she had kept hidden, everything she thought she had buried, had just walked back into her life. Emily's breath hitched as the shadowed figure moved closer, illuminated only by the faint red glow of the exit sign overhead. "Emily," the voice repeated, trembling, uncertain, but unmistakably familiar. Her world tilted. Not here." Not tonight. Liam, she whispered. Ethan's posture straightened sharply. Liam, he echoed, the name tight on his tongue. As in. Before he could finish, Liam Parker stepped fully into view, his face pale, his clothes damp from the rain outside. He looked older than she remembered. Sadder. And the sight of him sent a shard of old emotions slicing through her chest. Emily, I didn't know where else to go, Liam said, voice breaking. I needed to see you. Ethan took a protective half-step in front of her. Start talking, he said coolly. This is a private building. You're trespassing. Liam lifted his hands in surrender. I know, but the security guard recognized me from before and let me up. I told him it was urgent. Emily's pulse thudded painfully. Before everything fell apart. Before she left her old life behind. Why? She whispered. Why would you come here? Liam swallowed hard, his eyes glistening. Because, he said, voice cracking, I found something. Something you need to see. He reached into his backpack. Ethan's arm shot out, blocking Emily. Careful. It's not a weapon. Liam slowly withdrew a battered folder, stuffed with papers, photos, and what looked like a letter. It's about your father, Emily. Her stomach dropped. No, she whispered. That's not possible. Liam took a shaky step closer. I thought the same thing, until this showed up at my apartment. He held the folder out toward her, but Ethan didn't let her move. Emily, Ethan said quietly, his voice steady but tense, I need you to tell me who he is to you. Right now. Her throat tightened. This wasn't how she wanted Ethan to find out. Not like this. Not in the dark, surrounded by secrets she tried desperately to outrun. Ethan, she began, forcing herself to meet his eyes. Liam is. But suddenly the overhead lights flickered back on with a violent buzz. All three flinched. And the moment the hallway snapped into brightness, Emily froze. Because standing behind Liam, silent, unmoving, and dressed in a dark security jacket, was a man she had never seen before. A man who definitely wasn't part of the building's staff. He watched her with an expression that made her blood go cold. Emily Santos, the stranger said softly. We finally found you. Liam's face drained of color. Ethan stepped in front of her again, muscles tense. Emily's heart pounded as the stranger reached into his jacket pocket. Not fast, not threatening, but deliberate. Too deliberate. Wait, she whispered, her voice barely audible. What are you? He pulled something out. A small metal badge. Government issued. Her knees nearly buckled. The man spoke again, his tone calm, too calm. We need to talk. All three of you. Emily's mouth went dry. About your father, he said, and why he disappeared. For a moment, the hallway felt impossibly small, its bright fluorescent lights suddenly too sharp, too revealing. Emily's lungs refused to cooperate. My father, she whispered, barely breathing the words. The stranger gave a slow, deliberate nod. Yes. And we don't have much time. Ethan didn't move from his protective stance, but Emily could feel the change in him, his calm precision melting into something far more personal, far more dangerous. His jaw tightened. Who are you? Ethan demanded. And why are you approaching my employee like this? The man stepped forward, revealing the badge more clearly. Agent Ross Calder. Federal Special Investigations Division. Ethan's posture didn't budge. That division doesn't exist. A small, grim smile touched the agent's lips. Exactly. Liam swallowed hard, clutching the worn folder like it was a life raft. Emily, I think you should hear him out. Her pulse thundered. Not again. She had worked so hard to build a normal life. A stable job. A routine. A future she could rely on. And then Ethan, unexpected, complicated, wonderful Ethan, had become the one thing she never saw coming. Now all of it felt like it was cracking beneath her feet. Agent Calder's gaze flicked to the router cabinet she'd been repairing. Funny thing, he said. These outages you've been experiencing? They're not random. Emily's heart practically leapt out of her chest. What do you mean? They're targeted. Calder's voice remained unsettlingly steady. "Someone is trying to reach you." Ethan stiffened. "Through the corporate Wi-Fi?" Calder nodded. "Through any network she uses, actually. Phones, laptops, keycards, everything." Emily stared at him, her mouth dry. "But why? Why me?" Liam's voice cracked. "Emily, your father isn't who you think he is." Her breath caught. The hallway spun. "No," she whispered. "He was an engineer. An ordinary man." Calder stepped closer, not threatening but with the heavy weight of truth. "Your father disappeared because his work wasn't ordinary," he said. "And because he knew one day they'd come after you too." Ethan reached back and touched her hand. A small gesture, barely a brush of his fingers, but grounding enough to keep her from collapsing entirely. "Emily," he said softly, "you're shaking." She didn't even notice she was. Calder held out a sealed envelope from the folder Liam had brought. Emily recognized the handwriting instantly. Her father's. Her vision blurred. "There's more," Calder added quietly. "Much more. But we can't talk here. We're being watched." Ethan's grip on her hand tightened. "Then we're leaving. Now." Calder nodded. "Agreed. But once we step outside that elevator, everything changes. For all of you." Liam looked at Emily with something like fear. Or sorrow. Or both. "Emily," Liam whispered, voice trembling, "don't hate me. Please. I didn't know how else to protect you." She opened her mouth, but before she could respond, the overhead lights suddenly boomed and went out again, plunging the entire corridor into darkness. Emergency alarms wailed. A metallic clang echoed from the stairwell. And the elevator started moving on its own. Calder swore under his breath. "They found us." "Who?" Emily cried. But no one answered. Because from the other end of the hallway came the unmistakable sound of heavy footsteps, dozens of them, getting closer. Ethan pulled her behind him. Calder reached for something inside his jacket. Liam grabbed her arm. And all Emily could do was pray. As the footsteps stopped only feet away. The hallway was suffocating, the darkness wrapping around them like a living thing. Emily's heart hammered so loud she was certain the footsteps could hear it. Ethan pressed her closer to him, his presence both terrifying and comforting all at once. "Stay behind me. No sudden moves." Calder's hand hovered over the inside of his jacket. "They're professionals. Trained. And patient. Don't give them an excuse." Liam's grip on her arm was surprisingly firm. "Emily, I didn't know they were still after us. I thought leaving everything behind would keep you safe." She shook her head. "You have no idea what you've just brought me into." A shadow appeared at the far end of the corridor, blurred and shifting in the faint red glow of the emergency signs. Emily squinted, trying to make out a face. Calder exhaled sharply. "They're here for the folder. And for you." Emily's hand flew to the folder in Liam's possession. "Then we have to get it out of here." Suddenly, the footsteps split, some retreating, some advancing. The sound echoed through the building, bouncing off walls like a sinister drumbeat. Ethan's jaw clenched. "We need the elevator. Now." The old elevator doors were stuck halfway open, groaning with tension. Calder muttered under his breath and pressed a hidden panel. The doors shuddered and opened fully. "Go," he commanded. Emily felt her legs tremble but moved, sandwiched between Ethan and Liam. Calder followed closely, his eyes darting toward every darkened corner. Just as they were about to step inside, a metallic voice echoed through the hallway. "Stop. Nobody moves." They froze. From the shadows emerged a figure taller than any of them, face obscured by a hood. Two more shadows flanked him, each moving with unnerving precision. Calder stepped forward, hand raised. "We don't want to fight. But we're not giving up that folder." The hooded man tilted his head. "You don't understand, Agent Calder. She doesn't belong to you. And the secrets in that folder, they belong to us." Emily felt the blood drain from her face. Her hands shook. Ethan stepped in front of her. "You leave her alone. Whoever you are, you back off." A small, sharp laugh echoed from the hooded figure. "Oh, Mr. Ward, you don't even know what she is yet." Emily's stomach dropped. Her mind raced. "What do you mean?" she whispered, almost to herself. The figure's eyes gleamed from beneath the hood. "She is the key to everything your father hid, and we will not let anyone stand in our way." Before anyone could respond, the lights flickered violently and then went out completely. Screams, shouts, and the clanging of metal filled the darkness. Emily clutched Ethan's arm. What do we do?" Ethan's voice was calm, steady, and unyielding. "We survive. And we protect her." The pause. Then a single whisper cut through the chaos. "Emily, it's time to choose." And from somewhere in the blackness, the hooded figure stepped closer. The darkness pressed in from all sides. Emily's heart pounded like a drum, her breaths short and uneven. The hum of the emergency lights had died entirely, leaving only the faint sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, and closing in. Ethan held her close, his hand gripping hers so tightly she could feel the warmth of his determination seeping into her bones. "Emily," he whispered, "whatever happens, stay close. Don't let go." Liam clutched the folder as if it were a life raft. "Emily, you have to see what's inside." Before he could finish, a shadow moved faster than they could react. The hooded figure had them cornered. He reached out, fingers brushing the edge of the folder in Liam's hands. Calder stepped forward, hand on the agent badge inside his jacket. "Step it. Now." The hooded figure laughed softly. "You think this is about badges or authority? This is about legacy. And she holds it." Emily's chest tightened. "Legacy? What do you mean?" "My father." The figure's eyes glinted under the hood. Your father left more than memories behind. He left a truth, a power, a responsibility. And she is the only one who can unlock it." Ethan's jaw clenched. "What are you talking about?" Before the figure could answer, the elevator doors jolted violently and began to descend with a loud groan. Calder motioned urgently. "That's our way out. Now." Ethan grabbed Emily's hand. Liam clutched the folder. "Move." They sprinted toward the elevator as the footsteps of the hooded figure and his accomplices quickened. The doors began to close just as the figure lunged. Calder shoved him back with surprising force. The hooded man stumbled, disappearing into the dark hallway, but his voice followed them, cold and deadly. "This isn't over. Not by a long shot." The elevator jolted and shook as they stepped inside. Ethan pressed the button for the rooftop, an old emergency exit that hadn't been used in years. The cabin rattled violently as it climbed. Emily clutched Ethan's arm. "We can't stay here. We're trapped." "Not if we reach the top," Ethan said, eyes fixed ahead. "We get to the roof. We can see who's coming and plan our next move." Liam opened the folder, revealing a stack of documents and faded photographs. Emily leaned over, her eyes widening as she saw her father's face, older, weary, and determined. Beside him were notes, diagrams, and a series of coded messages. "Emily," Calder said quietly, "your father built something. Something dangerous. Something people will kill for. And now, they know you're next." Her hands trembled as she flipped the pages. There it was, a blueprint, labeled in her father's precise handwriting, Project Horizon. "What is this?" she whispered. Before anyone could answer, the elevator doors opened onto the rooftop. Wind gusted sharply, whipping Emily's hair around her face. And there, at the edge of the roof, standing in the shadows, were three figures, the hooded man and his two accomplices, waiting patiently, almost expectantly. Emily's stomach dropped. Ethan stepped in front of her, arms wide. "No one comes closer." The hooded figure tilted his head, his voice low and cold. "It's time, Emily. Time to decide. Will you step into your father's world, or let it destroy everyone you care about?" Her eyes darted between the folder, Ethan's protective gaze, and the figures surrounding them. The wind whipped harder. The city lights below flickered. And Emily realized that the choice she had to make would change everything: her life, her heart, and the world her father had tried to protect. Her hand hovered over the folder. And then, the wind tore across the rooftop, tugging at Emily's hair and clothes. The city below glimmered like a field of stars, indifferent to the danger looming above. Her heart thudded painfully, but she forced herself to breathe, to think. Ethan's hand was firm on her shoulder, grounding her. "Emily," he said softly, "whatever you choose, I'm with you." She swallowed, glancing at Liam. His eyes were wide, earnest, full of fear and hope at the same time. "Emily, you need to know, my father, your father, hit something bigger than any of us realized. Project Horizon, it's not just technology. It's a way to protect people, to save lives. But it's dangerous. In the wrong hands." Emily's hand trembled over the folder. She opened it, scanning the diagrams and notes. She could feel her father's presence in every line, every calculation. A legacy, yes, but also a warning. The hooded figure stepped closer, the wind whipping his coat. "Decide, Emily. Step forward and claim it, or turn away and let it die with you." Ethan stepped forward, placing a protective hand on her back. "Whatever you choose, I trust you. And I'm not letting anyone hurt you." Her eyes met his, steady, unwavering warmth. For the first time all night, she felt a surge of calm amidst the chaos. Then she turned to Liam. "And you?" Liam swallowed. "I've always wanted to protect you. Not just your father's secrets, but you. Whatever choice you make, I'll stand by you too." Emily drew in a deep breath. She didn't feel like a scared girl anymore. She felt like her father's daughter, the only one who could carry his vision forward. She closed the folder decisively. "I won't let my father's work be destroyed. And I won't let it fall into the wrong hands. I choose to protect it and everyone in it." The hooded figure's eyes narrowed. "Then step forward and prove it." Ethan's hand found hers. "Together," he said. Liam mirrored them, linking hands with Emily. "Together." And with a shared breath, they moved as one, pushing toward the edge of the rooftop. Suddenly, the hooded figure lunged, but Calder had already anticipated it. With swift precision, he tackled the intruder, spinning him away from the group. The accomplices hesitated, giving Ethan and Liam time to act. Emily's mind raced. The diagrams in the folder gave her an idea, a simple but brilliant safeguard her father had designed. She pulled a small device from the folder, connected it to the building's emergency network, and pressed the button. A blinding light flashed from the rooftop edge, a shield of energy cascading across the city skyline for a brief instant, disabling the intruder's equipment. The hooded figure and his accomplices froze, powerless. Ethan pulled Emily back from the edge, both of them panting. "You did it," he whispered, awe in his voice. Emily's chest heaved. "We did it, together." Liam exhaled, relief flooding his face. "I can't believe it, it worked." Calder, standing nearby, nodded. "Your father would be proud, Emily. You've honored his work and kept it safe." For a moment, silence settled over the rooftop, broken only by the wind. Emily felt her hand slip into Ethan's, and he squeezed it gently. She glanced at him, and in his eyes, she saw admiration, respect, and something deeper. Something she had been too scared to acknowledge until now. She started, voice soft. "I don't know what comes next. I want to face it with you." Ethan smiled, his usual composure softened. "Then we face it together. Every step." Liam stepped back, a bittersweet smile on his face. "And I'll make sure you both survive long enough to see the next chapter." The wind carried a sense of promise, of hope, over the city below. Emily looked at the skyline and felt something she hadn't felt in years: control over her life, courage for the future, and the warmth of love waiting to grow. As the first hint of dawn lit the horizon, Emily, Ethan, and Liam stood on the rooftop, victorious but changed. Emily opened the folder one last time, glancing at a folded note her father had left tucked inside. "The world will test you, my daughter, but your heart is the key to everything." She smiled softly, letting the words sink in. And though the danger of Project Horizon was far from over, Emily knew one undeniable truth: she was ready. The wind whispered, the city pulsed below, and Emily stepped forward, into a new day, a new life, and a love that had quietly bloomed amidst chaos.